Hello and welcome to week 5 of Educational Research and Applications with me, Professor. Someone's fixing the rest of it. I missed the first page, and I've got my name. Our focus for week 5 is to continue searching for original research studies that are relevant to your topic and question, and to keep plugging away at that literature review. In addition, please continue to work on your CITI trainings. I think 9 of you have completed it, and there's 6 who have not yet uploaded. So if you're done with it and you haven't uploaded it, go ahead and do so, and I will go and double check and mark the grade for it. Your only assignment remaining that isn't CITI is that literature review, which is what we're going to focus on for pretty much the rest of this presentation. Your final literature review is due week 7. CITI, if you haven't already done it, is due week 8. Activities for this week: Galvin chapters 11 and 12, Lambert chapter 7, then 2 discussion board posts. Responding to this instructor opening remark video, which should be a quick, easy response, because I like to keep them that way. And then week 5 question, your initial post is due Thursday, and your reply to cohort colleagues are due on Saturday. So the week 5 question is going to be, what are some ways a researcher can confirm validity and reliability from sources? This is very important, as you definitely do not want to be referencing sources that then come out to be faked. That never feels good. So what I would like you to do when you're responding to me this week is to please post one thing / activity idea that would help you in this course. This is my first time teaching it. It's kind of adapted because every program uses this course, and we really stripped it down to bare bones. And I'm feeling like there could be some ongoing activities that would be helpful. If you have ideas on those, I would like to know so I could bring them forward to the program chair to adapt and improve in the future. And we already talked about that second one. So now on to literature reviews. I greatly appreciated everybody's topic responses. I believe I have graded everyone that is turned in. Please ignore the fact that this says Introduction to Literature Review and Presentation, 100 points. It is just a literature review for 150 points. Like I said, this is adapted from a course that the entire university works on, and that is the screenshot that I get. So the purpose of this assignment is to utilize Concordia University's online library and select quantitative and qualitative research that is connected to the student's identified topic and research question. You've kind of already started to do this with your first assignment. So for your literature review, you need to select and read at least 5. I do not know that a literature review is actually possible with only 5. You're probably going to need a lot more than that. Peer-reviewed research studies to investigate the identified topic and research question. If you get to a point where you need to change your topic because you either can't find enough or you just are having troubles with it, that is okay. You can change it up until that last day when you need to turn it in. Your studies should be primary sources. So an original study and not a review of a study that was already done. The possible exception to this would be a meta review, looking at a whole bunch of primary sources and bringing them together. That would also be acceptable. So please select a combination of qualitative and quantitative forms of research. If you could somehow note this in your paper somewhere, even if it's just an extra page at the very end after references where you list them as quantitative and qualitative, that is very helpful in just knowing that you met the minimums for the assignment. That is one thing I noticed in the things due last week, is that it wasn't always super clear what was what, and I had to do some searching myself. So the more clear you can make that, I appreciate it, because I will be reading, what do we have in here, 17 of these, and having to do the background searching to see if you hit qualitative and quantitative gets to be very time consuming. Please include how each study is related to the research question. Included the following insights gained from reading each study: the number of participants, background, and demographics of participant methods used in the study, time frame and findings of the study, and any limitations that were mentioned or that you noted. They might not notice limitations, but you may notice that something, wasn't covered or could have caused a discrepancy. Include an APA cover page and a reference page. This is a minimum of 6 pages, not including cover page or references, and this should be written in third person. So think very scholarly writing. One thing that I'm currently working on is getting a PDF copy of my dissertation because I can no longer access it where I used to. So you can see what this would look like in practice. I am not a writer by any means, but if you would like to see that and kind of browse through it, please don't read the whole thing. You'll die of boredom. Go ahead and reach out to me via email, and hopefully I'll have a PDF copy of it. So your literature review is a written narrative that examines, summarizes, and synthesizes. That last part is the most important. It is not an annotated bibliography or a separate list of studies. So they should be kind of mixed together. You need at least 5 original research studies that need to be a combination of qualitative and quantitative sources. Mixed method studies may be included. You may find some studies that are both qualitative and quantitative in their methodology, and that is perfectly okay. I want to go back to it not being an annotated bibliography because the way that it is laid out here kind of looks like it is. When I imagine a literature review, it is more of an examination of the research question than an examination of the studies. You're using the studies to examine the question, not the question to examine the studies, if that makes sense. But in your discussion of your question, you should also discuss the studies and what they found, their participants, etc. So your literature review should begin with an introduction and then summarize and synthesize your sources. Make sure you end it with an conclusion. Use your APA 7th edition template from Blackboard if it's there, or create one. I believe I posted a video earlier on how to create your own. If I haven't, please email me and I will get that posted, as sometimes it's just easier to make your own template and work off of that. The title of your paper should be related to your topic. It doesn't need to be the exact question that you're asking. And then remember that the title of your paper also goes on the top of page 2. As you're working on these, please reach out to me with questions if you're getting jammed up. As I said previously, I highly recommend starting with a outline and going from there. And then please make sure you look at the syllabus for the rubric and hit every part that's in the rubric. And just a reminder, the quickest way to reach me is through email, and have a great week.